Hey ladies and gentlemen, Steven here from the YouTube channel Redolessence. First things first, I just want to welcome you back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in, really appreciate it. And in today's episode, we're going to be taking a closer look at a fragrance by the company Habibi. This is one of their two newest releases, and this one is called Revere, so stay tuned. Before I start the video, I do want to disclose that this product was sent to me for review by the company, and I wanted to let you guys know that just in case you feel as though I cannot remain unbiased while filming this review, but at the end of the day, all opinions will remain my own. Now, this one was released in 2018, so it is one of the newest releases by the company. They actually released two fragrances last year, and so they released a women's counterpart, or one that I find to be a little bit more feminine. That one is called Harmony, and this one is called Revere. So this is the more citrus heavy of the two. Now, the thing that I like about this one is that it has this sort of mass appeal factor about it. And I know what a lot of people think when you say mass appeal. They think, oh, it's generic, it's conventional, but it really isn't. It's a very uniquely pieced together fragrance. I pick up on a little bit of agarwood, although it does bear resemblance to another more popular fragrance on the designer market, but that's neither here or there. I will address that a little bit later on in the video. The thing about this one is that I've actually been playing around with this one since like October or November of last year, and today's date is January 23rd of 2019. And so I've actually been wearing this for a lot, and if you can't already tell, I put a nice decent sized dent in the bottle with this one. The thing with this one is such an easy fragrance to wear. It's easy to pull off, it's very accommodating, and I've actually gotten a lot of compliments wearing it, if that's your thing, if you're in it for the compliments, that is. So the name Habibi, it's an Arabic word and it translates to my beloved. I'm really excited to tell you what I think of this fragrance, but let's start things off by taking a very close look at the presentation. So here's the presentation for Revere by Habibi. The box opens up just like that. You have the Habibi insignia on the front, and you also have a silk flap on the inside to help you take the bottle out. Really nice presentation. And then as far as the bottle is concerned, very minimalist, just has a sticker on the front. You can tell I've actually used quite a bit of this one. Serial number on top of a sticker at the bottom. The cap does clink into place, so you can pick this one up from the cap, no problems. And the distribution on the atomizer is nice and wide. Let's continue with the smell. So as soon as this fragrance opens up, the first thing that's going to be made apparent is that citrusy overtone that this fragrance has. You do get a lot of bergamot, you also get a lot of lemon, and at times it kind of feels like they're vying for attention. And I think that I'm just going to go ahead and get this out of the way. You got to call a spade sometimes. This does bear resemblance to Dior Sauvage. If you're familiar with that bright citrusy opening of Dior Sauvage, that's pretty much what you're going to get in this fragrance. The difference being that I think Dior Sauvage, is touted to have this metallic opening. You don't really get that here. This is a very warm and grounding fragrance despite that bright and effervescent top, because you do have cedarwood, you have sandalwood, you have musk, you have patchouli, you have leather in here. And I'm also picking up on a bit of like an oud accord, and there is a little bit of lavender working its way in the mid as well. So it opens up with not just bergamot and lemon, but also grapefruit. I gotta be honest with you guys, I don't get a whole lot of grapefruit in the opening, and I think grapefruit has this iconic tart aroma about it that I think is easily identified, but it does open up with that freshness in the opening, sans the metallic quality. As it starts to progress into the mid, although it is a base note, I am picking up on that oud accord that's going on in here, and funny enough, oud isn't even listed as a note in this fragrance, so I'm not even sure what I'm picking up here, but I do get the patchouli. There's this underlying earthiness to the composition, and I don't really get like the peppery sandalwood that one would expect, although black pepper is listed as a note in this fragrance. So there is this spicy component. It's almost like if you would imagine Dior Sauvage made to appeal to Eastern sentiments, to Middle Eastern sentiments. That's kind of what you get here. I do want to clarify, this is in no way, shape, or form a clone of Dior Sauvage, and a quick side-by-side, and funny enough, I'm just going to show the camera. I had it here because I wanted to do a side-by-side. A quick side-by-side will very quickly reveal that they are not clones of one another. This is not a clone of Sauvage. But it is, Sauvage is a French-made perfume, right? The perfumer Francois Demachy is of French origin. And so it's kind of like, if you would imagine him making something to appeal to Middle Eastern sentiments, this is what you get. It's very loud, it's robust, it has a presence, and typically it's the more volatile notes that contribute to that strident quality about it. And I think the overabundance of citrus in this one really makes people notice it on you, and I love it for that matter. But every time that I've worn it to work, it always found itself lingering on my clothes, and that's why I say that the longevity for this one is really good, in addition to the projection. The leather note is in there, or the leather accord I should say, because all leather in perfume is synthetic. The leather accord in there is noticeable. It kind of joins hands with that green undertone that I mentioned before, but I really do pick up on that oud accord in the base, and I know there's something in there. I know my mind or my nose can't really be playing tricks on me. But I don't think that those darker, lesser volatile notes are taking away from the brightness and the jubilant quality that's present in here, because the citrus really opens this one up, makes it accommodating, makes it approachable, and I don't think that it's hard to pull off in any sense of the word. So at the end of the day, I really like this one. My wife really liked this one as well. I've been wearing it to work since like October or November of last year, and I've actually been getting a few compliments with this one. But at the end of the day, it's still interesting. I think some people, though, are not going to be able to get over the fact that it has that 60% similarity, 70% similarity to Dior Sauvage. And so, but I think when you actually meditate and you spend some time with it, and you really dissect it and unearth it and give it a chance to warm up on your skin, you'll see that it's a completely different fragrance. I actually really enjoy this one. I think it's very well put together, and I'm glad to have had the opportunity to review it for my channel. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. First up, in terms of its uniqueness and its overall smell, I know I made a comparison to another fragrance, that fragrance being Dior Sauvage, but I think we're seeing a lot of fragrances on the market, like Coach for Men, bear similarities to it, Missoni, bear similarities to Sauvage, Prada Luna Rosa, Carbon, bear similarities to Sauvage. So this is another one that you can add to the list, but it's not a clone of Sauvage in any way. It really does do things differently, but it has the complement factor of Sauvage. It has the versatility of Sauvage. It has the likeness meter of Sauvage. And so I think this one will appeal to a lot of people, and I can definitely see somebody who's not really into fragrances, all the way up to the connoisseur, walking into a boutique, if such a thing existed, and smelling this one and saying, wow, this smells really good. I can see myself wearing this one more comfortably than the other offerings by this brand, or any other brand for that matter, because it's very approachable, but it still has those elements in the base that would appeal to the more sophisticated clientele. The clientele, not sophisticated in the manner that, you know, they know more than the other person, but somebody who has experience with fragrances, and somebody who can sense that, oh, okay, this is not cheaply made, it's not cheaply manufactured. There actually is a nice richness occupying the base, and that's really what you get here. Overall smell incredibly pleasant, and despite it containing those darker notes, which you will notice that oud accord, you will notice the patchouli, and I've had a few friends of mine actually pick up on the leather accord in there as well. Despite it containing those darker notes, that doesn't take away from the likability of it, and that's one of the things that I really like about this one. In terms of the longevity on this one, 7 hours. Projection on this one will project within an arm's length, excuse me, for like 2 hours. And so this one is loud. This is actually one of the loudest fragrances that they've made in terms of the way that it behaves on my skin. In terms of the versatility, can't get any better. Some people would say don't wear it in the dead of summer, but it does have so much of that citrus in there that I would want to wear it in the summer. But just know that the performance on this one is no slouch. In terms of the presentation, I think it's really nice, all the while keeping that affordability, which is really important. My final verdict on this one is I do love the scent. I love the scent. I love wearing it. I feel great every time that I wear it. It gives me a great deal of comfort and satisfaction when I wear it. And just knowing that my wife really likes it is an added bonus. So thank you so much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to leave all the links down below. Definitely check them out. I'm not getting any kickback from recommending them. I just think that they're a great company, and you guys should try them out. And as an emerging niche brand, I think they're putting out some really interesting scents on the market. So thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate you guys. If you are new to this channel and you took something of value from this video, I would really appreciate your subscription. Just click the red subscribe button in the corner. And this way, whenever I do put out new fragrance related videos, they will get delivered straight straight to your feed. You never need to worry about having to search up my name or missing any of my future fragrance-related content, and that includes fragrance reviews just like this one, top 10s, giveaways, unboxings, interviews, special guests, and a lot of other fragrance-related content. Thanks again for watching. I love you guys. We'll see you in the next episode.